I caught it this time, you guys. That Google Hangouts, that is so annoying when you're ready to start a broadcast that you have to always remember to make sure your microphone is on. Uh, I'm here, people. So I want to say thank you for taking the time to watch. Um, I'm coming to you guys because earlier this year, some phenomenal things happened in the form of sales for one of my previous release projects. This project has been out, I would say, about 3 years now. I think this summer, um, we're looking at about 4 years or just a little shy of 4 years. So I'm thankful because January of this year, the backdrop of this story is, you know how you go through the motions of preparing for the new year. And if you are in the faith-based community, um, that includes fasting, that includes prayers, that includes kind of seeking direction for where you want to be in the coming year. And so there was a lot of that going on for me um, at the ending of the year. I would say it all started around November-ish, while everyone is eating and being fat and quote unquote being thankful for Thanksgiving. I spent some of that time heavily meditating on where I wanted to be in the coming year and what moves I wanted to make. And uh, can I say that I have accomplished them all? Honestly, where I saw myself, I'm not really too far from it. So some of the things that I did not get to do um, really came from lackluster of the right opportunities and the right timing coming in sync with each other. So it's not that I didn't do it because I got lazy or um, whatever that may be. I'm coming to create this video to say thank you, and I feel it like bubbling up. I just want to get to the point, but sometimes it's best that I give you the backdrop of the story. So let me go back and say it was November, December, preparing for the new year. Then I had guests over the holidays to come during the Christmas holidays. So shout out to my brother Brandon. Um, so I had guests, and things were just not where I wanted them to be. And I really felt like, okay, it's the holidays, the little bit of money that I have, it's not much, but I want to do something. I have guests here. I want to entertain people. We have a birthday person around. So, needless to say, things that just didn't go as I wanted them to. And beyond that, it was kind of like a worry. How is my year going to start off? Is this going to look like the previous year? Like, I don't want to deal with garbage, and I don't want to be stuck in a cycle of just wanting to do something and then there's no outlet. So there was a number of things going through this mind about why 2016 needed to be better. And having said that, I went to church, not out of tradition, but because I needed to be there. I needed to be at church. I could have been in so many other places, and I have done so many other things. And as I stated, um, my brother being in Atlanta that weekend, um, there was birthday festivities to celebrate and deal with. So this particular new year coming in, I could have done a number of things, anything but church. I'll put it that way. And I made a decision that, church is where I wanted to be. I firmly believe in how you bring the year in, how you end the year, and how you bring the year in determines how the rest of the year will go and flow. And so we went to church. Um, a lot of you guys may have heard of this leader, E. Dewey Smith, and we went to the House of Hope, as they call it, and formerly known as the Greater Travelers Rest Baptist Church. And for those that come from my Pentecostal background, allow me to say that there are a lot of people of several denominations in that admixture of who's in that church. So you get some of everything. You get a non-denominational feel, you get the Baptist flavor, you get a bit of Methodist, you get a bit of Pentecostalism, you get a bit of apostolicness. It's a lot going on in that atmosphere. And it wasn't my usual church experience bringing in the new year. It was very mellow, like you go to these type of events and participate in this community, and usually you're looking for a particular atmosphere that's going to take you over, make you feel better, make you cry, make you repent, make you rejoice. And to be very frank, I just didn't get that in that atmosphere. It was just uh, like we were just existing, and leaving just only sent me over the edge into more thought of what is the rest of my year going to look like. Like, I was so numb after leaving church. I was like, did I did I go to the right place? Maybe I should have went somewhere different. I don't know. But the long story over, after heavy meditation and praying, I said, you know what? I'm just going to dedicate myself a little bit more, and I'm going to try some things and do things that are a little different. And I scheduled some live webinars and workshops, which I'm going to continue to do as time goes on. I did 2 or 3 live intensives. One of them was for Think Like a Millionaire. You guys check that out. The book, the ebook, the audio book, whichever method that you choose to get into. Um, so I did that for Think Like a Millionaire, and then I did some entrepreneur startup webinars, and I was also partnered with the talk show host A.L. Cooper, and it was supposed to be an ongoing thing, me going to the library to do the midweek motivation. And I did it once, and I really felt like I needed to take another direction and kind of focus on my content and some of the things that I was doing. So I didn't continue that, although there's the dates that were on the flyers and so forth. So I just wanted to clarify that I did not continue the midweek motivation. We taped live on Periscope, which was excellent. It was my first time ever using Periscope. So that was an interesting experience to tape live on Periscope and know that there's hundreds and thousands of people watching you um, literally live. So that was fun. It wasn't as interactive as other people's Periscopes that I have watched. And so let me just wrap up by saying, as the year came in, it was kind of this numb feeling of what is the rest of this year going to look like? Lord, please don't let this year be anything like last year. Last year was tedious, to say the least. And so um, it was within the first week, I logged into my account, getting ready to check on some updates for the Think Like a Millionaire re-release. Um, and to my surprise, I saw all of these sales in my account. Long story over, I had to call customer service and say, is this accurate? Like, can you provide me any back details on where these sales came from and so forth? And Customer service assured me that everything was fine. It was not a glitch. It was actual. It was what I saw there in that account. And one particular project did exceptionally well, and that's the book that I have done on entrepreneurship called The Newborn Entrepreneur. The book did extremely well. Over 500 copies sold in 1 month of this book. So that was to let me know that one of two things happened, because when you check the sales, it doesn't tell you specifically if a bookstore ordered it, if one person ordered it, however, but over 510 people made a decision that entrepreneurship was something that they wanted to get into this year. And I've done several interviews um, pertaining to this book. I've done webinars and so forth. I'm planning to do more. So I'm saying all this to say, one, thank you to those who purchased this book, who have received any level of impact to their decision making, to setting up a business, to becoming an entrepreneur. Um, Thank you. Thank you for your investment in two things, in yourself and in me. I appreciate coming into this year feeling the strength of my supporters and feeling the strength of um, people who believe in my vision and what I do. I'm thoroughly excited about that. Um, for those that want to know more about what the newborn entrepreneur is and how I came up with that title, the newborn entrepreneur is this. It's simply a book written for people who are just starting in business and wanting to know a little inside information about all the particulars, such as what type of incorporation should I start? When I'm starting a business, should I do an S Corp? Should I do a C Corp? Should I do a limited liability company? Should I do a partnership, or should I do a family partnership? There's so many different levels and types of incorporations that you could go for, but knowing which one best benefits you, um, you'll find that type of information in this book. You'll hear stories about my personal life, how I evolved as an entrepreneur, how I learned to be the business person that I have become today. You'll learn some of those tips as well. And um, there's startup information within the book. I'm kind of browsing through, learning how to flow with the changes that come with the business and centering yourself on what is reality and what isn't. So, what I mean by that is sometimes we have unrealistic ideas about what we are doing in business and what we can do in business. And sometimes we're so caught up on the dream of what we would like to see and what we believe in our heart can be accomplished, but the actual reality of those things playing out or happening sometimes are not what they are. So it's like sometimes when you're a visionary of a business, you know what the end result is supposed to look like. And sometimes you're so engulfed in that perception or that business idea or vision that you don't see eye to eye with reality. For instance, being a book author and running a publishing company myself, it could be easy to say, oh my God, we made this level of success in our sales and so forth, and just relax in that and don't put forth any more effort to make the next month better or the next quarter better, etc. And you get stuck there. Oh, we did exceptionally well. We sold X amount of books in the company this year. So that's just a small example. Um, Instead of reviewing what's currently happening in business and saying, you know what, I'm going to take it to the next level. can I double those sales the following month or in the next quarter, et cetera? So those are just small examples, but um, my entrepreneurship book is really basically like a in your face type of book, makes you deal with some things that you do as an entrepreneur. It helps you to develop um, your strategy, your business plan. It gives you all kinds of tips. So it's definitely a book any newbie, any beginner wants to get. Um, my cover design was done by a graphic designer in New York. I've just relayed the vision of what I wanted to see, and I absolutely love um, the design of this book. Um, I've even heard from one particular lady told me I should have my cover redesigned because it may hinder people from buying the book, due to the fact that some people may have lost babies or have, a problem with the imagery of a baby being on the cover. One of the reasons I selected this outlook is because the title is The Newborn Entrepreneur. And what you're seeing on this cover is like a reflection of what the baby would look like inside the womb. And part of that concept is you're in this cocoon, you're in this sack, if you will, um, and you're about to give birth. You're about to be born. You're about to introduce yourself to the world, your product, your brand, your music, your book, your information, your clothing line, your cookies. I mean, your whatever it is that you are about to set forth in as an entrepreneur, you're about to come out and be born. And so that was a part of the theme, the vision of the development of this cover. And so to hear someone say they felt that it may hinder, to me, in my personal opinion, it was rather personal for them because I have never heard, any such thing from anyone else pertaining to the cover or their desire to read or buy the book, or it prevented them or anything like that. So I think that was an isolated situation to that one individual. And I'm careful with allowing people's personal opinions to influence the direction of my work. And sometimes people strongly express things, and I hear you, but that does not mean I have to do what you say do. So I'm glad that I did not allow that comment to sway me and cause me to make changes that were unnecessary. Um, I'm saying thank you to each and every supporter, each and every one of you guys that went out and purchased the book. If you have not read the book and entrepreneurship is what you're into and what you love, and you just want to grow a healthy business and start off with a good footing and be sure about your next moves in business, then this is definitely the book that you want to get. Not just because I wrote it, but because I'm confident that when you read it, you're going to say, okay, I know which direction I want to go in. I know what moves I want to make. I know what type of business and how I'm going to lay things out. I'm telling you, most confidently, you will be more sure-footed in the direction you want to go in. So this is my little video to say thank you and to encourage each and every one of you that wherever you are in your journey of being an entrepreneur, don't give up, because oftentimes when you feel that compulsion to just let go or to do something else or to throw in the towel, chances are, had you hang in there just a little longer, it could have been a year longer. It could have been a week longer. It could have been a few days longer. It could have been a few months longer. And the success and provision and other things that you are looking for would have presented itself. So my encouragement to you this day is don't give up. Stay in the race, keep the fight, and remember, keep in your mind what the end result should be. And sometimes you need to keep that as a blueprint or as a picture in your mental image is, why am I getting up to do this every day? Why am I pursuing these things? Keep the end result in mind. And in every move that you make, be intentional. Thanks for watching. Google me, follow me everywhere on social media that I can be found. Peace.